We often wondered how the inn got its name, Canna Country Inn. We thought it was some exotic reason, but then we discovered that the original B&B owners was Cal and Nancy, and they simply used abbreviations of their name and shortened it into Canna. And so there's nothing exciting or exotic about the name, just Cal and Nancy turned it into a short version of their name. So Canna Country Inn was created. Canna Country Inn was originally built as a bank barn in 1853. They built it like that so that animals and equipment could enter the building from upstairs or downstairs without having to go upstairs or any kind of equipment to raise them up and down.
All the stones that you see here in the barn either came right out of the local earth or from the river. The Susquehanna River is about 2 miles down. So they were all hauled in by hand on horse and buggy.
Canna was constructed as a post and beam barn built by Russian immigrants as they went through the country to build these things. And they constructed them by mortising out slots, marking them in the field, and then bringing them into the building and constructing them completely without nails. They would drill holes at the joints and drive wooden pegs in. You can still see a lot of those today in the barn.
Okay, so this is the beam with the mortise and the tenon, the notches and the pegs, and the slots where they mark it in the field, and then they bring it back in and put it together.
Originally built to be a barn for a peach orchard. The last owners that we know of lived next door in a log house. They had 10 children. Mother died at the birth of the last child. Then the developer bought the entire farm and turned this unit into a dwelling and a gentleman's club called the Irish Mist. It was turned into a bed and breakfast in 1993. We hear a lot of questions about bed and breakfasts like, will I be staying in Aunt Sarah's bedroom? Or a lot of people are worried about that. The unique thing about Canna Country Inn is that it's actually a huge historic barn that you get to stay in. Staying here is like being part of history. That just gives us a lot of pleasure to serve people here at Canna. We originally bought the inn, all the rooms were named. We did change a couple of names. But they're not named for themes or anything. They just the tack room, for instance, is it does have the actual wooden hooks and everything in there still, where the saddles and bridles and everything were kept when it originally was a farm. We were originally thinking of respite for pastors, missionaries, that kind of thing, and this just lent itself so nicely to family reunions, and then later we decided to try to do weddings, and that's turned out to be really nice. We do 10 to 12 weddings a year, but also family reunions, they just love it because it's so big and there's plenty of room for the odd uncle or the grandparent. The kids can run off and be by themselves, and not everybody's not in everybody's way. So we are a lot of the main comment is the pictures don't do it justice. That we started looking for B&Bs in 2006, 2007, and then actually purchased this in 2008. Fell in love with the barn when we came in because it was so strong structurally, and it was very homey, so we liked that about it. It wasn't frilly or Victorian. And since then we have been trying to increase the business with pastors, missionaries, give respite to those who really need it. It's a great place just to come relax and meditate or study or just get away from everything. Canna is located on 3.5 acres. There's a lower cove that a lot of brides get married in, but it's a great place for just a couple of hours in a hammock or a swing. And there's also some walking trails down by the creek, a great place to go and meditate. It's really pretty this time of year.
There's the creek. There's the latest example of a dam by the last family that stayed here.
Yeah, the kids are always building the dam in the creek. There's a new dam every new family reunion. So, and of course, then the first big rain washes it out, but they all leave their mark before they go.